Layer number one.
I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way.
Let's run it. Oh, you gotta come better than that, Chad, on a Monday. You gotta come better than that.
Come as in heaven on this earth to me. It's now it occurred to me. Hell gon' burn like third degree. If you know your herstory, Jesus paid that purse for me, and he took that curse from me. If you think that's perjury, boy, you better learn to read. Ayy, me and my baby girl in one accord, call that double dutch. I've been walking with the Lord, can't be doing such and such. Wait, I took a minute, but now I'm back in it. If God isn't with it, I don't wanna visit. I went independent and started repenting and cut out that fake. I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth, earth, 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 as in heaven on this.
Too many perks to being a child of God, I can't pop one. It's too many songs.
All right, let's do it. Welcome in, welcome in. Game time.
Gotta get the full picture when it come to life. I can't crop nothing. Okay, gotta pay my dues. I know he gon' reimburse.
How y'all feeling? What is up? What is up? Welcome in, welcome in. Let's do it.
Some of y'all be too drunk off cloud. Don't be thirsty.
All right, well, happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Swell. Let's get to it, man. Y'all ready to go? Let's do it.
I just took a break, okay, and now it's back to work. God made a way, that's the only way it worked. I'ma walk this way till they put me in the dirt. May your kingdom come as in heaven on this earth, earth, as in heaven on this earth, earth, as in heaven on this earth, earth.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Who we got here today? Z Gamer in the house. Let's go, Z Gamer. Only Bands in the building. What up, Only Bands? What up, Ronnie? Janosh. Janosh is here. What's good, Janosh? How you feeling? What up, Matt? Killshot in the building. What up, Killshot? How you guys feeling? Good to see y'all. Happy Monday. Let's get to it. What up, Dominic? Nate G in the building. What's good, Nate? Golden Dubs is here. Let's go. The winners are here. The winners are here. Let's run it. Let's run it. Good to see you guys. Good to see y'all. LeGrand is in the house. What up, Big LeGrand? How we feeling? What up, Michael? Hey, I'm working on my arms, bro. One day, my arms are going to look like LeGrand's. I'm telling y'all. Life goals, man. Life goals. Get your priorities right. What up, Adam? Good to see you, bro. Connor FX. Oh, my God. Look at this. Fourth. All right. Yeah, let's get that. Yeah. What up, Connor FX? What up, Captain? Congratulations on winning a 50K account, brother. Yeah, congrats to all the winners on the 50K accounts that we did on Instagram this past weekend. If you got a DM from me, that means you have won. So I think I got 6 people's accounts good. So I think 4 still have to message me back, or I still have to open your message. And we'll have everyone's account ready to go by the end of today. Yes, sir. How we feeling? Bear Berry in the house. Man, Clubhouse got motion. It just don't stop. OGH in the building. What's goody? What's goody? W webinar this past weekend. W webinar. What's goody? What's good? What up, Robert? What up, GK? Michael in the house. Stevie Mac in the house. What's goody? What up, J Deezy? Wayne in the building. What's good, Wayne? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? Curtis. What's up, Curtis? How you doing? Good to see y'all. YouTube, how we feeling, chat? How we feeling? Good to see y'all. What up, Q? What's good, Serge? J Pedron in the house. What up, Lucas? 3 ants in the building. What up, Nico? That's my boy, Nico. Arrow Sassy in the building. We need you, brother. We need you. We need you. All right, let's do this. Y'all ready? Nico, you ready to whistle? You ready? Blow your whistle. All right, let's do it. Let me just get organized here. Lower the music a little bit. Let's go ahead and pray. Yeah, let's do that first before we do anything here, and then let's go ahead and dive into the day here and see what we got in store. Cool. Let's do it. Well, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity here to gather together, Lord. We thank you for the work that you're doing within this community, Lord. We thank you for the impact that's taking place, Lord. We thank you for the lives that are being changed. We thank you for the households that are being changed, Lord. We thank you for the family victories. We thank you for everything that you've promised us, that we've been able to stand on, and you've been able to be faithful, Lord. So we thank you for your faithfulness. We thank you for never leaving us and never forsaking us, and always being right here with us, Lord. We thank you for your guidance. I pray that you would speak through me today, that it would be more of you and less of me, Lord, to guide this group, and we just give you all the glory, Lord. We pray that you would go before us, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Lives are being changed. Hearts are being changed. Oh, man. You know, I very rarely share messages that come through my DM, but they come in every day. And the amount of lives that are being changed, the amount of family victories that are taking place all across not just the United States, but across the world at this point. We are helping people just shatter through the limiting beliefs that have been put on them by the world, by the matrix, by the quote unquote, people who love them the most, who have also been deceived, right? And who are only just doing their best, like our parents. So it's an amazing thing to see the limiting beliefs being shattered by you guys. You're stepping into your 10.0 version of yourself, and it's all thanks to God's grace here, God's blessings here, because we're following God's law here. So it's a beautiful thing, and I just want to say congratulations to everyone. Man, we are moving forward in a big way, and this is just the beginning. Remember what the Lord said to me, my son. He said, we have not even started yet. Whew. Gives me chills. All right, let's do this. Let's get into this trading thing we got going on here. So day trading, that's right. Yes, trading. Okay, forex factory. Cool. All right, today is Monday. It is June 14th. It is another day, another opportunity for us to be patient, to be disciplined in these markets, to be professionals, and to stand on business, right? To stand on the fact that we have a system that works, and we're going to work it, and we're not going to deviate from it, and that's how we win long term. So let's go ahead and take a look at basically the lay of the land here over the week. Today's Monday. It's the 14th. Again, not much happening here in terms of the headlines. It's going to be pretty much our 6th day with no red folders outside of Thursday, right? Thursday you had unemployment claims, and that was it. So if you had a little bit of a wishy-washy week last week, not a lot of red folders, not a lot of volume. We're also coming off of a TT meetup week, which was absolutely epic. We'll talk about that later. We got videos coming out, all that great stuff of the weekend and the week. But look, Tuesday is where we pop back off here. So that's tomorrow. That's going to be July 15th. And we've got some pretty heavy red folder news coming in here. We've got CPI at 8:30 tomorrow. So that should be able to kind of push some volatility here into the markets and get us going here for the week, right? Also, we have on Wednesday, again, 8:30 news, we've got core PPI coming out, so that'll also bring some volume in. You've also got a bunch of yellow folders here as well, and then some more yellow folders all throughout the day. Crude oil, you got a bunch of like Fed speeches going on here, Barr speaking, all these guys, right? So should be pretty interesting on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to have obviously unemployment claims. We're also going to have retail sales on Thursday. And then Friday seems to be pretty chill for the most part outside of the prelims going on at 10. So should be a good week. Right, should be a good week. Last week we, didn't really do much. Again, no red folders, no crazy volatility. Daily kind of caught up. So this week should break us out and get us going. And speaking of the technicals, let's go ahead and dive into it. As you guys know, if you guys can like the stream here for me and sub to the channel if you're not subbed yet. Metalsmine.com. Yes, Captain, keep hitting me with that, bro. Keep hitting me with that. I'll get to it one day. You gotta break me out of my repetition, Captain. Break me out. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it. This is going to be gold. This is going to be the daily time frame. Let's do a fresh top-down analysis here, and let's see what we can come up with here for today, and see how we could approach this New York session in front of us here. So what time is it? 8:04. Looks like we had a 1 hour closure with no wick. Don't worry, I'm watching over here. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about all the time frames here and see what we can kind of come up with. So this is the daily time frame. We have closed bullish on Friday. So actually, real quick, how's the music? Does the music need to be lower? Let me get someone from the clubhouse. Talk to me. Any preference? We good? Cool. Okay, perfect. We're good. So this is gold. This is the daily time frame. This is Friday's candle. So let's talk about Friday's candle real quick. It was a strong bullish closure. We never did come down to make that lower wick on Friday. We never did close above the range on Friday either. So we kind of closed right at resistance. You know what I mean? So we're talking about this resistance right here. And, we're bullish, right? We're technically bullish. We're at resistance. We broke the highs here on the daily time frame pretty early, I think. And, we don't really have much of a lower wick. I did take some sells here last night to move back down to fill that little gap there. We filled the gap, and, we might just continue moving up now towards 3,400, 3,401, somewhere up here, right? So that all depends on it, whether or not we break this high or not. We got a low here too at 67. So let's go see what this daily candle here looks like on the 4-hour chart. So okay, perfect. So it looks like price had obviously been moving up bullish on the 4-hour. We created this high. We came down. We didn't really create much of a support, right? We kind of just took this bullish candle straight up and pretty much worked on filling that wick. Now, this is the current 4-hour. It started moving up. It broke the highs early on in the candle. And then, as you can see, it just came back down to break the low, right? There was a low sitting right here. It didn't have the steepest lower wick, so I'm assuming it's coming down to make a steeper lower wick now, and possibly even a change of direction. Like if we can get, let's say, 4-hour closures back below 33.69, then not looking too bad here. Same thing, even below 63 looks pretty clean. So let's look at the 1 hour. Again, 1 hour closer with no lower wick, so a little sketchy, right? We're coming into this overall zone. So we got no wick here. We're coming into this overall range now of consolidation. Let's see what happens. I don't know if we're going to continue moving down here with this no bottom wick. We may come right into 33.70, but I don't know about a major move out of it. If we re-break the highs, there's a chance we can move back up. But this right here is just not the greatest price action, right, on a Monday here. So not the greatest price action. No lower wick. You got this little range sitting, right here at 77. You also have resistance up here at 85, right? So in between there, you got a bit of an observation zone all in between here, right? So if we look at this range right here, this is going to be a lot of chop, right? Just a lot of supports, consolidation here. So let's see what happens as we tap in. I think maybe what we can look for here is, since we're bullish on the daily as well as the 4-hour, if price can come down here, right, and basically tap right back into that support, close above it, and the next candle does something like, inverted celery or maybe even onion play, break the lows, something like that. I think that leaves us with some room to move back up here, right? At least back up to 77, maybe even back up towards 82. So I think those are probably the moves I'm looking for. I don't want to sell here at all. The only way I do sell at this point where we are, which is, where are we? We're at 72. So the only way I sell down here is if we can actually do that, push down, leave a wick, right? Create a bullish closure, and then a new resistance here, and then we move back down. This play seems to work out the majority of the time for us, and if we can close back below the ranges, then I think that those sells are going to make much better sense to take, and then you got all that clean range to the left. So if we can get a little resistance formed here, closure below there, clean traffic to the left, volume coming in, I think these sells are going to be pretty valid at that point. If not, right, if we get signs of the buying positions looking good here, then we'll look to take those buys that we drew up. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, 2 options here today for the most part. As of right now, we may have to redraw ranges, in a little bit, but as of right now, as of 8:09 a.m. Eastern, that's pretty much the move here. Yeah. So let's see what happens to gold as we kind of run through this observation zone here, and then we can go from there. But 1 hour looking a little choppy, 30-minute not too bad. It looks like we're gonna have to be patient. Yeah. SimZ in the building. What's good, SimZ? How you feeling? So that is gold. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that? Yeah, let's keep an eye on the 30-minute time frame. Let's see what we do towards 69 here. If we could move down and like create support there, I mean, we've got 100+ pips of clean range to move back up. So that would make perfect sense for me to get into a buy here. If we do, again, pull back a little bit as well, something like this, then, the sells could, line up here too. So let's see how things go over the course of the next hour or two, and we'll see if we can get into any trades. Cool. What up, C Melly? GT8. Oh, I thought you said GT3. I'm like, wait, GT3, GT8, GTA. I don't know. We're playing video games out here, man. We're playing video games. What up, Conrad? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Let's see here. How much capital account do I trade? I have 150 and 2 100s on a prop firm, and then I have about 50,000 in my own money. GT3, nah. What? Who? C Melly. Weekend was phenomenal. Have everyone out of my house. It was so peaceful. Wait, no, I'm just kidding. I just say that. We loved having you all here. It was just such an honor and a privilege to host you all. But you know how it is. It feels good to have your house back. All right? Anyone ever have visitors, have guests? It's nice to have your house back. It's nice. I get to drink all my excess now. No one takes none of my excess. It's amazing. Green, Aaron. It was such an awesome weekend. We've been running since last Tuesday, and I think when did Magnus leave? I think Magnus left on Friday. Yeah, so we've had the weekend to ourselves, and yeah, we're good to go. Yes, sir, Conrad. Yes, sir. Everyone got it. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here, son. Yeah, weekend went awesome. Yeah, we did. So by the way, we did the giveaways. So we did a giveaway on Instagram. Pay attention to the next one we do. We'll do giveaways on YouTube, on Instagram, and whatnot. But we went and we did this giveaway here. I picked 10 winners yesterday. I think I think 6 of them are officially have their accounts, and I think 4. Yeah, I think 4 of you guys need to either respond to my DM or DM me one more time so I can see it, and I'll get you guys all set up. But we'll do another giveaway here. We got a lot of footage, a lot of weekend content, so we'll see how many giveaways we could do. We're trying to do 10 every week, 10 50Ks every week. So just pay attention to the live stream, pay attention to my Instagram account, and you'll know when we're giving them away. No, I would never. Aaron's the homie, man. You know, some of your tightest homies are the ones that go on and take your excess, take your stuff. Like, yo, let me get in that fridge real quick. Do I have a book that I highly recommend for trading? I think everyone should read The Forex Mindset by Jared F. Martinez. Doesn't matter if you trade Forex, futures, stocks, whatever. You know what I mean? If you're a day trader, I would highly recommend The Forex Mindset by Jared F. Martinez. Yeah. No issues the whole weekend? Yes, sir. Our biggest problem was people were drinking too much. It was getting out of control. And I don't mean alcohol. All the water was gone. So we had to make like 4 trips to get water every single time. Oh, my Instagram account? I'm sorry. Right here. You guys drink way too much. Way too much water, I'm telling you. Yo, what a webinar we did this past weekend. I think it was good. If you guys are in the clubhouse and you did not get a chance to be at the webinar, I think the recording is either up now or it should be up, within probably by the time the stream ends. Some of them got a ride. Some of them got a ride in the Porsche. All the excess was gone, B. All of it. All of it. But it's all good. We ordered more. We ordered more. What up, Leisker? Good to see you, man. Is this a good counter trend setup? Let's take a look, bro. Let's take a look. Yeah. I mean, especially if you're expecting, like, if you're anticipating the 4 hour to make a steeper lower wick, then yeah, and then you can see like liquidity's been grabbed here. So, looking at this now, it's like liquidity here, potential liquidity here, right, and then a closure below. Nice top wick, break of the lows. If you're anticipating that 4 hour candle needs to, get something like of a wick, then yeah, I like that move. And I do that sometimes too. I did take one sell last night. Let me show you guys the trade. Yesterday's trade. So yeah, I took this yesterday. It was like a little later in Asian session. You had a nice candle close below the range, waited for a top wick here, seen the wick fill, and yeah, just had this candle had a little low right there. So I ended up setting a sell stop right on the break of that low. Price came up, made this top wick. Once it broke its own low, came down, drove about halfway through, came back up a little bit, went a little bit into drawdown, but then straight back down. So, and this I think we filled the range there all the way down. Yeah, I got out at the wick fill. Yeah, clean trade. Simple. Textbook playbook position. Yes, I do. I do advise you to go on to a real challenge. So it's a good thing you traded demo account. You got to learn, you got like the, what do they call it? Like the bugs out, like the shakes, the jitters, right? You get the jitters out and then learn how to use the platforms and all that. And yeah, I don't see why not. Go ahead and start getting on some real challenge accounts and make it happen. I would go with Top One Trader, use TT as the discount code. I think they're doing like a bigger discount this week or something, right? 55 or 45. So yeah. I might pick up a few eval accounts. Not gonna lie, I missed the eval accounts a little bit. Yeah, and the straightforwardness of them. What up, Ayush? What's goody? Did you win the giveaway? I don't know, Dan. Maybe. Did you get... I'm trying to think. Did Dan win the giveaway? If you got a DM from me on Instagram saying congratulations, then you won. If not, maybe on the next one. Dan, you're a millionaire anyway. You're a multi-millionaire. You can't be hogging up all the giveaway accounts. Friday's trades, yeah. So we did Friday. We talked a lot about Friday's trades in our weekly webinar this past week, and that's why it's so important to get in these rooms and get into the clubhouse and get to these webinars because, like, we spent an hour, right, talking about Friday, the mentality, the mindset, the trades, all of it, right? We went over the past trades of the week, right, and we noticed that the same exact trades that we won were the same exact trades that we lost. And that's good, right? That's a good sign, right? That's a sign that you're just running through probability. And that's what trading is. Trading is not about a guaranteed income or a winning every trade or, I know we win a lot, right? I know we have a high win rate, but you're going to lose trades. And look, we talked about one thing in particular, and I think that this could help a lot of people is Friday's trade, right? The first one, we took a trade, we took a loss on it, right? By the way, that was our first loss in 9 trades. So there was 8 winners, and then we come up to Friday, right? We take this very nice trade on Friday. We get the wick fill. Some of us took profits on it. Some of us didn't, right? Some of us had a different plan. Now, those who took profits, congratulations. I don't think you were like mismanaging the trade, right? You took profits at a wick fill, which makes total sense. Perfect, right? But now the next trade, right? So the next trade we get into a 1 hour onion play. Let's bring it up here real quick. One second. This TradeZella. Okay, cool. Let me just bring it up so you guys can see the trade and all that. We're good on this. We're not really Friday. Okay, cool. So 10 a.m. and so the first trade was at 9:40, whatever it was, 9:45, I think. Let me just pop it up. Boom. Let me just get the second trade up too. Or let's take a look at the second trade first. Everyone remembers the first trade, right? We got the wick fill, all that. Let me just hold on one sec. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. So this was the first trade, right? So the first trade we got into, it looked like an onion play. We had grabbed the highs here. So we grabbed the pack right here, right? We broke the highs. We came down. We made this top wick. And basically what we were doing is, in a way, looking to call the top on a day where gold is just rallying, right? So we already know not to do that, and this is just perfect example of like always following our rules, right? And maybe waiting for that range too, even when certain, conditions may line up for rejections and whatnot. It's always best to be safe. But anyway, we did get this wick fill, right? And a lot of you guys took profits there. I think that wasn't a bad idea at all to take those profits. I was looking to come back into this zone here to create a lower wick, which we have seen that happen many, many, many times before, right? So looking back on this trade, personally, I don't think we could have really done anything different. I think if you managed at the wick fill, great job. I think if you hung tight and just kind of waited on this lower wick, right, in a high volume time, I think that was fine too. And if you would have done that, you would have gotten stopped out, right? So no biggie. A loss is a loss, right? So you take that loss, and now we sit back and we wait. And we wait for the next best setup, right? Maybe it'll come today, maybe it'll be on Monday, but it just happened to come right here, right? In the form of an official 1 hour closure, bearish closure, right at extremely high levels of rejection on all time frames. So what do we do here, right? We've got to pull that trigger. Now, a couple things. Number one is originally we had our sell stop on the break of the low, which if we would have kept it there, we would have never gotten activated on that. But we switched it, right? So we got the tap. I seen someone type it in the chat, the tap kiss of death. Oh my God, I was done. But we got tapped in, right? And then tapped out here. So another loss there, but let me say something here. So a lot of times people will get into the second trade, right? And in most cases, they will revenge trade, right? So they'll get into a trade just to revenge, just to get the loss back. In this case scenario, I don't think we were revenge trading. I mean, this is a 1 hour onion play. The idea was if we create resistance here with a rejection to the top side, that if we break the low, right, after making that top wick, that we can go down. We've taken this trade hundreds of times, right? So that was the move. That was the idea. Now, just because you're not revenge trading, right, and some of you guys may have fallen victim to this, that doesn't mean you're not revenge risking, right? So a lot of times people will get into another trade that lines up with the playbook setup, but what they'll do is they'll double or even triple their size, right, to get that loss back. How many people did that on Friday? Or was it, I've done that so many times. I've done that hundreds of times in my, career, right? So even though you're technically not revenge trading, you're revenge risking, right? And this is what hurts a lot of traders, and this is what really hurts traders in this system specifically, because you hear traders say, hey man, those 8 wins were great, but those 2 losses wiped them out. And it's really just because you're not fully understanding yet how to properly size into trades, size up, size down, according to the conditions of the market. So where you may think, hey, I'm not revenge trading, you may be revenge risking, right? How many of you guys have ever been like, you know what, screw it, I'll blow the account on this trade if I have to? Anyone? And you didn't really need to do that. So for some people, Friday could have just been 2 losses. For others, Friday could have been 2 or 3 blown accounts, right? Due to the condition, or due to the amount of risk and size that you put on in that trade. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anyone? Has anyone ever done that, or is it just me? Yeah, Clubhouse, yeah. Yeah, Clubhouse, yeah, guilty, Lost the account, yep. Yeah, so where some people could have, imagine instead of doing what you did, imagine you risked 1 contract on both of those trades. On a Friday, you were already in profits. Imagine if you did that, right? Would you have had the same outcome on Friday? I don't think so. I think you would have had 2 losses, right? Just very 2 simple losses. So keep this in mind, right, when it comes to the mindset and the mentality when it comes to taking trades after a loss. And just because you may not be revenge trading on your setup, you could be revenge trading on the size that you go into that next setup. And typically that's the one that really kind of puts the nail in the coffin on either your accounts or your, whatever you got going on. So just 2 cents, right, to kind of add there. And yeah, look, I mean, these are all lessons to be learned, right? So if you did that, it's not an issue. I mean, it was an issue on Friday, but it can be a blessing for the rest of your career if you just lock in and take that lesson for what it's worth. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Full size, yeah. Yep. Guilty of charge. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's part of the game. Part of the game. Where's my eraser? Gold selling strong right now. ES buying. Yeah, makes sense. Let's see that 4 hour here. Yeah, we broke the lows there on the 4 hour now. So, yeah, we may shift our bias a little. I mean, the best ranges at this point are going to be below 62 here for the sells, right? So if we can create any sort of little pullback in this range here, like boom, something like that, and a closure below, that's the goal for today. Oh, wow. Double arrows. Where'd I get these from? Yeah, I went down to basically like $500 profit on my accounts. So I took my copy trader off or whatever, and I'm just gonna, I put it back on for the New York sesh, but last night for my Asian stream, I just executed on the 150 there. But I hooked them all back up now, so let's see how we run. I'm thinking about getting some evals too. Yeah, some good old evals. The biggest W for me was walking away after Fridays. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's huge. That's massive. Yep. Where do I find the Zoom link? You're gonna find it in the Discord channel. Yeah, you'll see the Clubhouse. Let me show you. You'll have access to the Clubhouse right here. Yeah, so you'll see this area here, Clubhouse, and then you'll have all the channels. Can we expect the webinar in August? Yes. Depends if you guys can like the stream and not quake and sub to the channel, Why didn't we sell gold? Because the 1 hour candle closed without a lower wick. Yeah. The arrows. Yo, what up, PM Magnifico? What's goody? What's good, Corey? Good morning, bro. Good morning. Top 1 trader or top 1 futures? We did the giveaway on the futures account. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not following the YouTube live streams, sub to the channel. We'll let you guys know when the next giveaways are. And also go on to follow me on Instagram, because we'll let you guys know when the accounts are going out and where they're going and how to get them. All right, so here's our observation zone. So yeah, if we can create a nice little pullback here, we can certainly look to take the sells. If we do close back above, what's up with these double arrows? Okay, here we go. If we do close back above, right, then there may be an opportunity for price to continue bullish. If we stay below here and we kind of get this little, pullback, then a closure below, I think we can take advantage of all the clean traffic on like the 1 hour chart in here. Yeah, we probably look to close partials at those supports and then see if we could run down. But this is like this is a zone that you want to pay attention to. So not every closure do you want to take a trade, right? You've got potential support sitting here, right? And then you also have this clean move back up that can get corrected if this candle closes back above the range like these guys have. So you want to just kind of wait here, see what direction price wants to move in, and then kind of go from there. Oh, let's go. BKB's a winner. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we gave away 10. I think I heard back from everyone except for one person. Sandman, what's up, G? How are you, bro? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right, let me take a look at Clubhouse chat here. What up, DJ Scratches? What's goody? What's goody? Cool part about the Clubhouse, you got conversations. You got conversations going on. All right, cool. Rejecting here. So let's see how we do. On this candle, it is 8:30. So we'll see how we move about. 1 hour candle, tapping target after moving down with no lower wick. So we'll see how we go from here. How old were you when you became profitable? I'm 30, need some inspiration, broke and jobless. I mean, look, the profitability is nothing without mentality, right? And mindset. That's why lottery winners win the lottery, and then a year later they're more poor than they were before. So what you're looking at is 14 years of discipline, 14 years of just sticking it out, grinding it out, working on myself more than anything. And that's really where the profitability was made. Once I had the mentality that I could be a winner, that's when I eventually did become a winner. So you gotta get a better vision of yourself. You have to have stronger self-esteem, right? Work on yourself. That's what I would recommend. If you have any money to invest, the first place to invest would be in you, and then eventually as you study these charts, you'll have discipline, you'll have composure, you'll have grit, you'll have tenacity, right? You'll have the ability to persist, right? But if you don't build you first, you never have those qualities when the going gets tough and when things get confusing and when stuff doesn't work out right away. So winning, you become wealthy in the mind long before you become wealthy in the pocket. And I would say that I was already very, very wealthy before I ever looked into these charts. It may not have shown it on the financial piece of paper, but I was ready. So I think you should get yourself ready. I think you should work on yourself more than you work on anything, especially even your trading. and eventually you'll win. You know, you got to give it time though. Once you're working on yourself, time becomes your edge, because wealth and success and all that will, your level of abundance or finances will never exceed your level of personal growth and development. So the first thing you need to work on is you. Believe that you can do it. Develop those qualities that I just spoke about, and then once you get into this trading thing, you're prepared to see things in a perspective to get you to the next level. So yeah, and the reason I say that is because I just hear your words. I'm broke. I'm 30. I'm like, you gotta speak more highly of yourself. You gotta believe bigger. You gotta crystallize the vision more, right? You gotta get a better vision of you, and that's when you'll really start to succeed. Or I can give you the boring answer, like, well, just study my course and join my clubhouse, and then you'll be a profitable trader. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone else, but I care more about you than that. So I'd rather see you work on yourself, and then you'll get your money up. Trust me. Self-talk is a powerful. Yes, it is. It is. That's true. What pair is this? This is GC Gold, XAU USD Gold. I got the GC chart up too over here, so everything looks pretty much the same. What's the coupon for join? What for your Discord? Discord's free. It's completely free. What are these coupon words y'all speak of? I seen the word coupon like 4 times today. What are these coupon words you guys speak of? I replied to your Insta. Oh, okay, cool. I will get on top of it. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Who's got good questions? Not coupon questions, not, scarcity. Who's got abundant questions? I don't want to talk about scarcity. I don't want to talk about lack. I want to talk about abundance. Who's got good questions on how to win? Anyone go? Who's got some good wins? Anyone got good wins that you guys want to tell me about? Anyone succeed over the last week or so? Anyone do something impressive that you want to share? I want to hear about the winning stories here. Do you have a discount code for your YouTube live stream? Yes. Oh, good question on charts for stream. Let's take a look, brother. Let's take a look, Matt. Charts for stream. All right, let's take a look here. My question is, when the 1 hour closed without a top wick, in this case a breakout, and the next 15-minute makes a move like this, is it okay to take the buys on the 1 hour no top wick? Keep us out. The second play I drew up. Okay, let's take a look at that. That's a good question. So the 1 hour here closed without a top wick, right? And then the 15-minute creates this. Yeah, like that. So if there's high times of volume, like if you're in a very high time of volume and the direction is on your side, then yes. But if anything is off, then I would personally wait, right? So if things are off, if there's nasty ranges, if the higher time frames are in the opposite direction, if anything is really off there, I will stay out. But if everything's lining up and the only thing that's off is here, and I see like a target to the left that I believe we could pop up to, then yeah, I'll take it. I wouldn't really take that, but I would take something like that. Yeah. So like a nice strong closure, and then yeah, fire away. Yeah, breaking the lows, that would be good. All those little things that could add to it would be nice, but I wouldn't. So my trade would be on the next candle though, not on that candle. So that candle would have to close bullish like that. And then my entry would be on the next one, right? Something like this to go back up into the range. Yeah, that's the only time I would do it. But higher time frames got to be there, and the volume's got to be there as well. 4-hour ranging. Yeah, I mean, it's Monday. It's obviously a little choppy here. The daily gapped up, so the daily's all funky. We kind of closed slightly above, kind of right at it. We broke the highs, so I think the daily's just tripping a little bit right now. Yeah, we're getting a straight push now below, so we'll see how we do. Yeah, like I said, if we can close like above 62 here and then plant a bullish candle, right? Like, remember, if we get a bit of an exhaustion wick, let's say the candle closes like this, right? Something like this. And now you have that wick down. Well, we know that that wick will get filled later, right? Let me just make that a little better, right? So if you end up getting some sort of a resistance now, right, like this, and we stay below the range here, then that would lead to us taking potential sells at 9:30, 9:15, right, to go down and fill that wick that's being formed right now, right? So we could potentially look for that trade there, or we could just look for a clean closure back below the range, something that looks like this, right? Clean closure back below, and then we look to fill the range. We got options. We got options. I'm with MFU. Okay, market fluidity. After 6 months, I start breaking out of break even. Lovely, lovely. That is my 3 weeks. I'm in profit. Beautiful. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I think it took me about 6-7 months. So before that, I struggled for like almost 2.5 years, just trying to figure trading out. And then once I found like market fluidity and all that, it took me, I would say, about another like 6 months, 7 months, you know, and then from there it was pretty smooth. Won the giveaway. Thank you, Nick. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, congrats to all the winners of the giveaway that we did on Instagram. We'll do more of them. We'll do 10 a week. We'll do 10 a week. I got some content we're gonna drop for YouTube as well. Some I think the elite video is just about done. The elite dinner. So yeah, I think we put. Let's see. Yeah, go check out a little bit of the elite dinner. Absolutely insane. A little sneak peek. Little sneak peek of the dinner. It was a great time. Great time. Yeah, so we'll keep doing these giveaways every single week. We'll try and give away 10 50Ks. Let's see. Oh, let's go, Nico. Congratulations, brother. Big W. Big W. Love that. Love that. Last night I had nothing, but today I had confidence and blew one more account. That's entrepreneurship. That's the game. That's the game of entrepreneurship. It's very difficult until it finally works. And, you know, I think those are basically, it's hard enough for the weak to kind of get out, you know? I mean, as an entrepreneur, I mean, you ever hear that one saying when you go to like med school? It's like, look at the person to the left of you and look at the person to the right of you. You know, neither of them are going to be there by graduation day. And look, I mean, you know, things are tough. You know, life is tough. Entrepreneurship is tough. Trading is tough. Working a 9-to-5 is tough. Being healthy is tough. Being unhealthy is tough. You got to just get tough, you know, and you got to be able to stay composed during these times. Otherwise, your emotions will just throw you around, right? There's a saying like, there's nothing like a strong fish that can swim upstream, right? Or you could be a lazy dead one that just floats wherever it goes. So most people in life are just floating, right? They're not swimming upstream strong with vision and clear path on where they want to go. They're just floating around like dead fish, you know, and a lot of that is due to conformity and just doing what other people do and listening to the laws of the matrix instead of the laws of God. I mean, most people, they say they worship God so much, yet they listen to the laws of the matrix more than they listen to the laws of God, It's crazy. It's crazy, and they wonder why things aren't working. It's mind blowing, right? So when you become enlightened, right? I've been enlightened, and enlightenment is one of the highest levels of frequency that you can actually even be on, right? You really start to wake up, and you start to get strong, and you start to get focused, and you start to get composed, and that's when things turn. So you got to raise your frequency, and you do that by changing what you frequently see. So are you looking at your debt? Are you looking at your doubt? Are you looking at your fear? Or are you looking at your future? Are you looking at your faith? Are you looking at the potential, right? What is it that you're doing? Because the world is just a reflection of who you are. Yeah. Yeah, Nico, that's beautiful. Let's get it. Coupons for enlightenment. That's right. All right, Goldie. We're still moving. We're still moving down. So we're coming into the chop here. Can we go shopping in the chop? All right, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So, yeah, at this point, I would say you got, I would say range 2 buys above 62 here, and then you got clean sells below 55. Yeah, I think that's our new range here. So you see how I shifted that range now? Now that we are playing around in this zone over here to the left, it's a good idea to get rid of those other areas, focus on whether or not we're going to get out of this zone here. And then if we do get out of the zone, look what we have now to the left of us, right? Clean traffic to the left above, clean traffic to the left below, and then that will probably set us up for a pretty solid trade. All right, so we'll see what's going to happen in the chop here, but once we break out of it, it looks pretty clean. Boom, bam. All right, cool. All right, we'll see where we go. Let's just mark everything up. Clone it. All right, perfect. Lovely, lovely. Damn, I can't keep up with the clubhouse. There's too much convo going on. You guys feel free to convo, but I'm not going to be able to add to it because it's just too much. Charts for stream? Yes, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, let's see what we got here. So regarding the Asian short that you had took last night, and just talked through. Okay, bias was long, so wide, no range 2 shorts. The gap fill was yes. So the gap played a big role in that. I know that gold will tend to fill that gap in most cases. Plus, you had already, kind of broken the highs and closed back below the range. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to execute. You had that whole gap fill, and we came right down to it. So I did get a little bit aggressive there and snagging my partials as well. Let me bring my trade back up. Trade. Yeah, so I did get a little aggressive there in snagging the partials once we hit that zone, but we did end up filling that gap. But just in case, I knew we would get to it. A lot of people call it like a magnet, I knew we would attract to it. And this 30-minute candle was still open, right? So we had already pushed all the way down. I felt like, hey, if we can get a new candle with a new top wick, we'll most likely come all the way down and fill it. So notice how this was the 15-minute time frame. It was the second 15-minute candle of that 30 there. So if it was going to go, it was going to go right then and there. And we had such a clean top wick on there. Beautiful low. I had to take this, right, for the wick fill. And then, I could have held longer for that gap fill, but I was perfectly fine right there. Yeah. The gap. First payout in 3 years. Let's get it. Let's get it. TTE style, baby. Can you tell us a bit more about how you base your risk on market conditions? Yeah, you know, it's tough to like line them up all right now, but like they're all different for every single, you know, a day or opportunity that we take. So I will look at things like the ranges. I will look at the way the candles close. I will look at the news, the higher time frame bias, if there's any chop to the left, if we're in the last 15 minutes, if we're in the first 15 minutes, if it's 9:30, if it's 8:15, like there's just so much that goes into all that. And that's why I try and speak on it like in real time, so that way you guys can pick up on it, little notes, right? So if you're paying attention to when I'm looking at my trades, you'll realize I say these things and some people don't catch them, right? So sometimes it just whatever, you know, but some people do catch them, and that's when I'm talking about the conditions and why I'm sizing up or why I'm sizing down. So there's such a variety of different conditions, but you know, just to name a few, right? Those are some of them. So if you get the gist of like those ones, now you can start to listen when I'm looking at my trade and starting to say, hey, I'm going to go 4 lots here because A, B, C, and D line up, or I'm going to go 2 lots here because, you know, A, B, C, and D look like that. So that's just to name a few of them, but there's plenty of them. There's more. Right? Are we ahead of news? Are we behind news? There's just so much. Am I in profit on the day? Am I not in profit on the day? You know what I mean? There's just it's a lot. So just keep asking me questions in real time and just take notes of them. And you know, over the course of a month, we'll damn near talk about all of them. What up, Dan? Grace and peace, my friend. Grace and peace. Took that same trade last night. Congratulations, W. Thought it was a good trade. How do I analyze my charts? I just work from the top down. So it's called a top-down analysis. So I just go from daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15. And then I collect all the information that's available to me on those time frames. And then I mark my ranges up. I set up my traps. And then I just sit tight and wait. Bring back the monthly recaps. Yes, we will actually. We will. In the clubhouse, we're bringing in weekly recaps. So me, John, and Magnus will both put in like weekly recaps, like you've seen us do on YouTube with the monthly ones. But yeah, we'll hit the YouTube with like a monthly recap. Honestly, I got to do like a quarterly recap on YouTube. Am I updating lifetime record? Yeah, I am. Let's update the monthly record because we now have a red day here. Let's do this. And win rate. 15 red days this year. Ain't that bad. 90 green days. 90 green days. Come on. Come on. Right here live in action. On the TubeYube. YouTube Clubhouse has been a great year. Great year so far. 90 wins. Come on, not even Trump could do that. We do it the biggest, the best. Not even Trump could do that. Not even Charles Schwab can do something like that. Quarterly is better, actually. Yeah, the only thing is I don't want to bore you with a bunch of trades. So I want to I'll probably highlight specific trades that I think is best to take it to talk about, and then we'll do the quarterly recap like that. Plus I got a big webinar coming for y'all. Did you use ICT concepts? Nope, I've never used an ICT concept. according to my knowledge. I've never watched an ICT video, not one. I've never even looked up ICT in my YouTube search one time. Yeah, lost my confidence once I'm funded. Little drawdown, the pressure gets to me. You're moving up a level, so you got to get comfortable at these levels now. You know, there's levels to it, right? You heard the song. There's levels to it, right? So there's levels to all this, and you know, you may have gotten really comfortable at the level of passing a combine, and now it's like getting to that payout, right? So it's just about, you know, again, doing the work on yourself, knowing you're worthy of it, and you know, continuing to trade good, right? I mean, the one thing that I just don't get is like I get funded and then I just start taking trades outside of the playbook. It's like you took every single trade to get you to the funded stage was a playbook position. And then all of a sudden you get funded and you go off the playbook. It just doesn't make sense at all, right? So just check. A lot of people do that and they don't even realize it. 900 million. Can we get 900? Yo, can we get 900? I wish we did it from green days or red days from the very beginning and not trades. What up, green? Green. Gangrene. I've never used my FX book to calculate anything. No. I use TradeZella for the most part. $900 likes would be awesome. Have I heard of no, never heard of them. I don't really I don't venture like off too much. So I like to like see other traders from time to time, but I don't really yeah, I literally just run this stream and then I literally go about my day. So I very rarely watch like anything else unless it's like programming me to win. But Green, how are you, bro? How are you? Well, long hour closure is coming up here. Let's pop up in the... Oh, the Johnny Gems is in the house. Let's get it. Angelo Betts is here. Bone in the building. Let's get it. What up, Patrick? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Only Bands with the cam. How you feeling? What up, DJ Scratchers? What up, Jose? Getting the steps in. I see ya. Getting them steps. What up, Johnny Gems?
Yo, my man.
Morning. How you doing?
Morning, bro. How you doing? Doing good. Blessed and highly favored, bro. How about yourself?
Incredible.
Let's get it.
Incredible.
Follow the plan. Yes, sir. What's good, chat? How y'all doing today? Who's ready to follow their plan? Be patient and disciplined to their plan today? I am.
It feels so good. Like, you know, again, I love having visitors, but it's nice to have the crib back. So like just dialing back into the morning routine, how it normally is supposed to go, and felt good today.
Yeah, bro. Great feeling.
Do you have any book for technical analysis? I never really read a book on technical analysis. I think the best book you could read on technical analysis is sitting right here in front of our face, you know. So I read this book every single day, Monday through Friday, and then I review it on the weekend. So I think there's no better book than the market in front of you and showing up and watching things play out for themselves. This has been the best book I've ever read on trading, and that's just simply been showing up to the desk every day. Air day. But I do have a playbook video, and if you you don't need to know every single thing about technicals. You don't. You just need to know specific things and specific things that will allow you to pull money from the market more than lose money from the market. So I would say go watch this. Like if you're a brand new trader, you knew nothing about trading, the best thing you can do is watch this video and never watch another video again. Just literally watch this one and show up every single day to trade the session. All right. That's probably the best thing you could do, because you don't need to know everything about technical analysis. You don't need to know everything about indicators or anything like that. You just need to know what works and what doesn't, right? That way it saves you all the time and trial and error in your trading journey, and you just piggyback off of your mentor or off of some mentorship like this completely free 43-minute video on exactly how I make money in the markets. So that's pretty much all you need. And then just don't confuse yourself. You know, don't go back into different systems and other strategies. Just sit tight right there. Give this like 6 to 8 months, and you'll be pretty fluent in technical analysis at that point.
Yeah, that's so true, man.
Yeah. Let's see. How do you raise your vibration? Great question. You have to create new habits, right? So you got to, like, a morning routine, like I just spoke about. Like every single morning I wake up, I get breath work in, right? I journal, I meditate, I pray, I read, I study a little bit, I exercise a little bit. These are things that are going to raise your level of vibration, right? And the higher you vibrate, the more easy it is to attract certain things that you desire. So you gotta, and then, you know, you raise your frequency, and your frequency is what you frequently see. So if you have a piece of paper, right, jot down words of affirmations. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am blessed, I am abundant. You know, I'm receiving God's goodness, right? Whatever it is that you want. I am a funded trader. I am receiving payouts of, I don't know, I'm making 10 grand a month, whatever it is, right? So that's one thing, is the spoken word. Everything you read and listen to should be things that are going to move you closer to your dreams and goals, things that are going to make you feel better about it. Examples of maybe people who have gone before you. You have to practice gratitude, right? I don't think you could really get anything without being grateful for the things that you already have. So a lot of people are trying to get new things, yet they're not even grateful for what they've been blessed with in the beginning, right? So that also can keep you at a lower level of consciousness, a lower level of frequency, is when you're just not grateful, right? When you're a little, you know what. So don't be that. And then again, you know, having your thoughts line up with your words, and your words line up with your actions ultimately will raise your level of vibration more than anything can. Sticking to what you said. Most people say they're going to do something and don't do it. So if you say you're going to do something and you do it, boom, you've just unlocked the paradigm. You say, whoa, I said I'd do something, I did it, and I got the result. Wow, this starts to really change things up, and now you can use that system to continue on with anything you want in life. I promise you, gang, it's crazy, right? I started this thing that I learned from Bob Proctor, right? And he said, put your goal, write your goal down, right? And I have it right here. I have it everywhere with me, always, in my back pocket, on the side of me, to the left of me, to the right of me. It's everywhere. It's in front of me. But he said, I want you to write down on an index card. I keep it in my wallet, everywhere. He said, I want you to write down, I am so happy and grateful now that X amount of dollars, whatever your desire is, a month flows effortlessly into my bank account. So I started by doing this. I started with $5,000. I said, I'm so happy and grateful now that $5,000 a month flows effortlessly into my bank account. Blah, 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 every day, multiple times a day, looking at it, reading it. And then once your mind knows what the card says, you don't even have to read it anymore. And that's why I keep these things on the front of my door. Like anyone who came to my office last week, you'll see my goal is right there. So when I leave my office every day, my mind sees that and reads that. Right over here, it says it too. Right here, it says it too. So my mind currently thinks that I'm producing that, or I'm bringing that in. So therefore, I act like it, talk like it, walk like it, think like it, everything. Therefore, I am it. Therefore, it comes to me. It aligns with me. Right. So I did this from 5K all the way up to over 100K. Right. And I no longer think this works. I no longer hope it works. I legit know it works. But you got to believe it. You got to line it up and start to believe it. And that's the power of the mind. You see, the mind doesn't You don't have to believe it the first time you write it, right? You just need to write it, and you need to recite it multiple times, right? Through repetition, we know that the mind is programmed, right? Jesus said, hey, you be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So we know that the renewal of our mind is what transforms us, right? Therefore, if we can just read this once in the morning when we wake up, once at night before bed, and truly believe it, hey, I'm so happy and grateful now that $5,000 a month flows effortlessly into my bank account. What would life be like? How would the day go if you made $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month? What are you filling the number, right? But how would it feel? What would you do? When would you wake up? What car would you drive? What house would you live in, right? What kind of clothes would you wear? Who would you help? Where would you give? Who can you serve? What would you do, right? So you start to really think about all these things, and it could be a low-key meditation while you're driving or while you're walking or while you're working, but your mind is going to work for you. So these are the secrets on how to raise your level of consciousness, raise your level of frequency, or I think the question was vibration, right? So yeah, that's what's worked well for me. And I mean, Jesus said it, all the prophets said it. So it's, you're just about tapping in. Tapping in. How many entry models did I focus on initially? Just a breakout and an onion. That was it. Mainly, I originally popped off with the breakout. Anna knows. There's Anna. Good morning, honey. Anna knows. I remember one of the first time I ever traded Raja's system, I showed her. I was like, look, babe, you see these lines right here? Watch. When a candle breaks out, it's going to go in that direction. And back then, I didn't know about range 1, range 2, higher time frame, lower time frame, none of that, right? So I got lucky, and it happened to be a bullish breakout. And I said, watch, like the candle's going to break out. I was like, watch. It's going to make this little lower wick. It's going to make like a bow and arrow. It'll go down. And I said, watch this. Once it flips, I'm going to take a buy. And man, this thing flipped. It went into profit. I was like, look at that. And yeah, that was like the first like enlightenment of this system. And it was all breakouts in the beginning, all breakouts. And then I lost for the next 7 months. Yeah. Got my one lucky move, and then I had to learn the game. All right, my bad, John. You should be good. Boom. Cool.
Bet. Breakouts and onions, bro. That's it.
That was it. Breakouts.
All we do.
A lot of breakouts early on. Yeah, y'all remember their first onion or your first breakout or?
I remember, bro. Great times.
Every night, GBK. Every night, G.
Yeah, every night, bro. Yeah,
Come
I remember doing that with Maddie too, in like the school lunchroom, just like predicting
what?
a chart move.
Wait, what?
What, bro? So I remember telling Maddie that this trade was about to play out before it happened as well, and we were in like school and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a very similar story.
GKB, we love practicing. We love practicing on how to build families in this household here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We take pride in practicing. We take pride in practice. As you can see. Baby number 4 on the way. December. As if the 3 little rascals over here weren't enough. Now we got another one joining the party.
Maybe baby number 5 next. Keep practicing, bro.
One thing's for sure. We gonna practice.
Practice is every day.
We talk about practice. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me catch up on the club here.
Yo, what's good, Anna?
NTLT? You're welcome,
Anna
my
in the
friend.
building. I didn't even notice Anna in the YouTube chat. Let's go. What's good, Anna?
Minivan incoming? Or a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, as my mentor would say. It's not a minivan. I don't want to see none of y'all getting at me for the minivan. All right. Let's see what we got. NTLT. Very nice. Very nice. I love that you said I'm becoming more mature in my trading. Perfecto. That's exactly why we're here.
W.
Love to see it. Yeah, that's true, Elijah.
Bro.
I know you always say showing up every day is super important, but if you find yourself in a little bit of a slump, either in life or in the markets, is it important to keep showing up and just push through the slump and maybe take a break?
Yeah.
So I've never taken a break. So I've always, regardless of how I felt, if Anna's still here, she can testify to this, is I've always showed up. I've never not showed up, whether that be in this community or the community that I was in before that. It did not matter. Like, I know that feelings are overrated, and I would show up regardless. And every time I'd show up and get around my team and around my community, I felt much better afterwards. I mean, this could even go, even if you had a headache. Babe, how many times did we like go to like game night or something with a headache and literally leave completely fine? Like, there's just something about the aura, the vibe, the energy, right, that takes place when you get into a group or a call like this, and you're just immersed and surrounded by like-minded individuals who are all talking about things and acting on things that are gonna, ultimately get them and you closer to where you want to be. So, my answer typically is show up regardless.
Absolutely. You got to show up, bro. Like, I was the same way too. Like, I wouldn't take a trade like you, but I would always show up, show up all the time, because it's like success is built on progress, on like process and systems. So like, you got to show up every day and progress, to become success. If you want your success to be built on it, right? If you want to build your success, you got to continue to progress every day. So that requires you showing up and staying consistent. Even when we don't feel like it, right? But like, unsuccessful people do things when they feel like it. Successful people do things when they don't feel like doing it, and they do it based on their process, right? So yeah, gotta stay consistent, showing up.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangers in not showing up too. Like, I've seen in the past, like, people will go 2 or 3 days, and then look, if you miss 2 days, it gets easier to miss the third, and if you miss the third day, it gets easier to miss the fourth, and next thing you know, you're like, I got to get back on it, or I got to get back to it. And like, you don't even realize, but a whole like 10 days have gone by. And then you're like, it's going to take a little bit more effort now to get back into it. I'll do it on Monday, right? And then that's when the big cycle starts to happen. And that's where people easily start to push their dreams to the side. They say, let me just get my money up at work real quick. I'll get back to the trading thing later, or I'll get back to the whatever it is, fill in the blank, later. And all of a sudden, you wait for Monday, and next thing you know, it's New Year's, and now it's Christmas, and then now you're having a baby, and now your friend's getting married, and all of a sudden, you just threw your dreams to the wayside because of feelings from the enemy, feelings of doubt, uncertainty, things like that. Every single entrepreneur is going to go through, yet the ones that keep showing up and stay steady and develop grit and perseverance are the ones that earn. Those are the ones that success is willing to reward. So it's not like you can't take 2 days and come back, right? I'm not saying that. Like, you can, and if you need it, take it. But like, that can happen, right? And I've seen that happen to people many, many times, where slowly their dream just gets pushed further and further to the side, and they focus on being, mature and paying their bills and whatnot. So yeah, it's just my little advice.
The two other people who started at the same time as you in your journey have made a ton of more progress than you, just because they stayed consistent with showing up, right? So they made a ton more progress because they just been consistent, not perfect, and they're getting results from their progress, right? But because you didn't want to stay consistent, right, you haven't been making progress to get good results. And I think too, not showing up and not staying consistent is going to develop a bad habit. And like we know about the law of harvest, you know, what you sow, you reap. So if you sow bad habits, you'll reap bad results. If you sow good habits, you'll reap good results. So I think what we do today will create habits for ourselves. And like Nick says, what we do today ultimately, you know, creates tomorrow and our future.
I love the saying, what you do today echoes into eternity.
Fire.
So when we're talking about leadership, you know, I mean, what we do today has the ability to continue on, right? If we do the right things or if we do the wrong things. You know, how many of you guys have ever went to the gym really consistently and then you took a little vacation or you came to the TT meetup and then all of a sudden you go back home and you don't want to work out. It's like, you know, we'll do it later. You get out of routine, right? You get out of rhythm a little bit, and next thing you know, it's been like a month since you've been to the gym. And of course, you know, if you're not at the gym, I mean, what's the point of eating healthy? I mean, you know, what doesn't make sense, right? So you start blowing it in the diet, you start blowing it in your fitness, and that's how you stay in this revolving door, you know, type of life, really, you know. So yeah, trading, gym, fitness, diet, it all lines up. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, man. It's the wealth, right? It's the wealthy lifestyle we're all looking to achieve, being abundant in all the areas of life.
Yeah. Yes, there you go, Patrick. There you go. Don't be conformed by the patterns of this world. When can we do a back testing session on SoftFX? Thank you for reminding me. Is TK here? TK. I'm gonna jot down a note to get the forex simulator. What is it called again?
You, bro. Make a note of it. I made a note of it, bro. It's done.
Me too. Done. Yeah, we'll make it happen. I'll buy the software or whatever. Showing up is half the battle. Yeah, that's true. Gladiator, yeah. Went to New York in 2012. Been getting ready to go back to the gym next week ever since. Hey, I don't want to laugh because that is the reality for a lot of people.
Damn, bro.
Next thing you know,
you're just gonna start, you know.
You get like the treadmill, you get all the sneakers, you get all the gear and stuff. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, like you're like, where'd that treadmill go? It's like, oh, it's a drying rack now for all the laundry. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's under all the whites. All right. Next thing you know, your treadmill's buried in laundry.
It's like, when are you gonna start, man? Anytime.
FX replay? Oh, I didn't know you can backtest and trade Zella.
Oh, right? Yeah. Or we can do it on TradingView too.
I'll have to try it out and trade Zella. I didn't know that. What do you consider to be your edge in this trading system? Higher time frame direction. Playbook setup. Let's call it PB. Playbook setup, PBS. Clean traffic. Clean range.
There.
And high volume time. That's my edge.
Beautiful. So before you get into any trade, make sure you got those things checked off if you're trading the way we trade.
You see how he asked me my edge and there was no hesitation? You see how I had an answer for him immediately, right away? If I asked you, what's your edge, will you be able to give me an answer like that? Right? Or if someone asked you, hey, what's your edge? Could you give him a straight answer like that so quickly? Oh, I need this, and that. And that's an edge for me. Or are you still wondering like, well, if I use Nick's system, then it's definitely the clean ranges and the time frame correlation. But if I use ICT, then I know I can look for these FVGs that I can spot accordingly on the charts. Sometimes, usually I have to go down to the 20-second chart to find that, but well, that would be my edge on that. Which system did you want to know my edge for? It's like, hold on. Let me just see your results. Let's go to those instead. Oh, results. Yeah. About those. Right? So just stick with one system, know your edge. It's so simple. Right?
Fire,
Or you could jump through system. And I hear you guys. Well, I use SRC for this one, and I use SMT for that one. I just giggle. I literally just giggle because it's just funny to me. It really is.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful, bro. And like you said, just stay consistent with it. Like, just stick to what works most of the times, right? The market rewards consistent execution of your edge, not perfection, right? We don't need to be these perfect traders. We just need to be consistent with executing something that works most of the time. That's it.
True. That's it. One system, one way of making money. Just streamline it. Everything's systematic. Someone asked me in my DM. They just said, Nick, how do you do it all? That was the question. And frankly, it's a pretty good question. And the main way I do it all is just by creating systems in my life. Right? Like I get up at a certain time, I do certain things when I wake up. I check the boxes. I know what if I'm going to live today as the best version of myself, then I need to be doing this, and this. And if I get all that done in a timely fashion, then I create the man that I want to be tomorrow. So a lot of that time, and the question was a little bit around fatherhood and whatnot too, and being a husband and all this. Like a lot of the things I'd like to get done, like especially personal things for me, right, is like the gym and the fitness and the journaling and stuff. Like I'll get all that stuff done before my family wakes up. So I'm an early riser, and the world doesn't want you to be an early riser, right? The Matrix doesn't want you getting 4 extra hours of productivity with no distraction in the morning. So they tell you to sleep until 8 or 7 or whatever it is, right? But me, I get up early and I get to it. I know what I got to do. I know where I'm trying to get to. And every single day I remind myself I got to do this, and that today. And that'll be a productive day, and I just get to it. Pip Labs. I never seen that one. Does my strategy work on only gold? No, it'll work on basically anything you're trading that has to do with candlesticks. This strategy will work. You just got to figure out what pair you want to use, and then learn the nuances on that pair. Hey, by the way, this looks actually looking pretty good. Like if we can, so now that we broke the highs here, right? If we can, even if we can come up a little further, right? This will be exactly what we drew out earlier, to where even if this candle here can close, this is a 15-minute candle, can close bullish, and the next one at, from 9:30 to 9:45 maybe pops up, right, real quick, but then ends up closing below, and then we can go ahead and short this for that wick fill come 9:45 here. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. And that would be simply following the trend, right? Higher time frame direction. We will have a playbook setup. They're not here anymore, but remember, playbook setup, higher time frame. We will have volume coming in. We will also have clean traffic to the left with this wick fill available. So that would check all the boxes, and therefore we would get into that trade. So we would have edge, right? Edge there. Not the results. 8 hours of sleep a day. Yeah. You don't need 8 hours. Trust me. You need about, I don't know. You determine it. Maybe you do need 8 hours, man. I don't want to speak for you. Maybe you just ain't got that dog in you. I don't know. You tell me. Two hours and 2 excess, about all you need, brother. Yeah, I'm pretty, I think if we have 24 hours in a day, I think 4 of them sleeping is good enough. Imagine if you had access to 20 hours every day. What would you do? Do we go live on every other session in the clubhouse? Yes, we do. Yeah. So Asian session, London, pre-New York, and New York is what we cover in the clubhouse. Plus weekly webinars every Saturday, and then you know, hours and hours and hours upon pre-recorded content in there that has everything to do with our system. Yo, every time you say edge, yo, edge, it took me a while to actually get that out of my head too. Oh yeah, still morning for us, man. 9:24 a.m. 9:24. We got
Early,
the
boy.
whole day ahead of us.
Yes, sir. Day just getting started.
4 a.m. clubby. Yeah.
Yo, bro, we didn't
Yo.
talk about this Goldie melter.
What about it?
Since pre-NY in London, no, this thing just
Hi,
melted off.
everyone. We got a schmelter here. What's up?
Sheesh.
How y'all doing? Happy Monday, children. She said Happy Mother's Day. I said Monday. It's always Mother's Day.
That's hilarious.
What's up,
Yo,
Maverick?
Layla's getting so good
T-Man.
at talking. It's crazy.
My boy. Peace. Peace. Hey, can you grab me a water when you get a chance? Gracias. Nah, just water. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. Three minutes for a closure.
You like the buys here?
Not really. Not really. I'd
Yeah,
rather
no,
see it
same.
like, so I'd rather keep an eye on this range right here. And like if this candle, if this candle can close like with no wick or something, or even if it closes below, right? And then the next candle at 9:30 just starts firing up with like a very little wick. If we can see some rejection up here, right? Like we're starting to reject, and the sell stop on the break of the low to fill the range and go with this downtrend here may actually work out pretty well. So that's something I'm looking at. Potential resistance I'm looking at. I think the buys are going to be much better if we could do something like this. Come down here, stay below the range, and then close back above for like a little range 2 here. I think that'll be better, right? I mean, Friday we paid the price, right, of going against the trend. So imagine paying the price again on Monday when we could have learned that lesson, right? So, yeah, I'd rather stick with this downward move here and see if we can get some rejection from 63.
Glad you said that, bro. Read my mind. We're thinking alike here.
Yeah, so I don't mind taking the buys, but we need some better structure here, right? Some resistance and then a closure above.
The trend's your friend, gang. Stick with the trend.
Yeah, like that would be good right there.
Sell off resistance in a downtrend. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, even if this candle could close with no wick and stuff too, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Always be a Mother's Day, right?
Always. Let your mom know she's amazing. XL, I'm trading with both top step and top one. Yeah, golden doves. I'd say the bias is swinging more towards the bear side. I'd say range two buys would be fire. Range two buys and sells would be amazing. Like sells and then range two buys is like kind of my plan. Because you got the daily, re-breaking its own low, coming back down. You got that 4 hour candle, bleeding right now, breaking through the lows. It's pulled back too a little bit. So yeah, looking good to move down, I think.
Okay, cool. So we closed below with no top wick here. So yeah, I mean, two options now, right? We wait for a resistance to form here, something like this, and then we look to execute on the way down, or we pop up like right away here. We leave this little lower wick and start rejecting, and then a possible impulse entry, on the break of those lows to come down. So let's see. As of right now, I'll stick with the closure. But let's see how we do, on the little pop up here.
Yep. Higher time frames are bear, which correlates to the lower time frames trending down. Makes sense to look for sells.
Yeah. Do we have a little wick on there, or what do we got? Yeah, we got a little something. So if we could break that low and then start to move up again and then re-break it, that's going to make perfect sense. If not, then I got to wait for a bearish closure here. Let's see what we got. Selling looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, cool. Let's see if we could break that low. If we could break the low and then pop up, that'll work.
Yeah, it's looking good. Maybe we create a nice like rejection wick on the top side too. Nice exhaustion wick.
Forex and futures look exactly the same on my end. Yeah, look. They look. I mean, this one doesn't have any of a lower wick, but they look pretty similar to me. Oh, the ranges. Yeah, I actually like this. Yeah, if we get a lower wick here, I don't mind either entry. I'm pretty much down for, right? So we could wait on the red candle here to close, or we can actually make a wick now, run back up, and then set the sell stops. We don't want to enter here because this candle might be creating a lower wick right here, just to boom, and then to go back up, right? So that's why we don't want to enter right now. We want to wait for that low and then enter on the break of it.
Either onion or inverted celery.
Yeah, a closure like that too would be clean as well.
Yeah. Patience.
This was like the trade we took. Which trade? I think it was.
Nice. I'm happy we're moving up now.
Yeah, you guys remember this trade we took the other day?
That Asian session trade.
Yeah, the Asian trade. Yep, this one right here. So very similar.
I'm with that. We'll also have a second half of 9:30 volume, 9:45 volume.
Yeah, exactly. Boom, boom, boom. What do you want, mister? Huh? Barging in here. Bah, you barging in like you're police.
Too much different charts between forex and futures. Yeah, I would just stick to one. Honestly, if you're looking at both of those charts, it can get really complicated. Trading's already complicated as it is. Imagine looking at two different charts, you know? Yeah, I would just say focus on one and just trade one. Yeah, when I did that, it was messy.
Same, same. I don't make moves on this account unless I get the okay from this chart here.
Yeah.
So I go with the futures chart on everything.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Okay, cool. We got 9 minutes here. So we'll wait for this candle to close, I guess, and we'll see how we close. If we close with a nice rejection here, then the sells are looking pretty valid for the 945 wick fill. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
But see here, what's good, Yogi? Can you talk about what you mentioned on Friday about when your party is starting, the people around you, their party is over? Yeah. What Nick usually means by that, or what he does mean by that, is really just taking the path that leads to only short-term, misery for long-term pleasure, if that makes sense, versus the route that others will take, which is short-term pleasure for long-term misery, you know? Hopefully that makes some sense. It's basically going down the path that will give you the consistent long-term healthy results versus going down the path that gives you the consistent long-term unhealthy results. Right. And like I said, it's the path, it's the steps you take in your journey, the decisions, the steps you make throughout your journey is what will, lead you on the path you're on. Hopefully that makes some sense. Yeah, delayed gratification, right? Practicing delayed gratification, not instant gratification. Yo, what's up, Arrow Sassy? What's up, man? Yeah, so it's looking good. 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes, chat. Yes, sir, Yogi. Yup. Yo, what's up, Magnus? Magnus in the house. All right, it's setting up really nice. I like that we're moving up first without much of a lower wick, right? Because if we start coming back down and if we end up closing either inverted celery or onion, right? Now we have a nice healthy rejection wick to the top side, along going with this downtrend. So that'll look clean. How to avoid over trading? You need to have a trading rule that says you can only take 1 to 2 trades a day. So add this rule into your trading plan that you can only take 1 to 2 trades a day. And once you're at your 2 trades, once you have taken 2 trades for the day, you're done, right? Because now it goes back to being disciplined, right? Market rewards the traders who are disciplined, right? Not perfect. So yeah, you got to be disciplined to your rules, disciplined to your plan, and then you'll get rewarded for your discipline, right? So that's what I would say, man. Add that rule into your trading. How to avoid over trading: 1 to 2 trades a day. Once you take your 2 trades, no more.
No more, I guess. He's stuck. 1 to 2 trades, no more, and then it just shut off.
The results you like, based on the results you like, continue to do it or not. Wait, what?
Nothing? You froze up a little bit. It was,
Oh,
it was at the perfect time, though.
Okay, good.
We back at it.
They don't want me to give you the secrets, chat.
Yeah, use the lockout feature too. That's true. Yeah, you can use the lockout feature. Lock it out, man. Lock it out. Once I hit 3 trades, I'm locked. Yeah, there you go. Best thing I ever done. See?
Same. Nah, but for real though, 1 to 2 trades a day will keep the overtrading away. So that's your solution to that problem.
If you guys haven't seen this podcast, and you're like, let's say a break ASFA, and you're like a break-even trader or trying to get things done, I would highly recommend checking this out. This podcast is meant for break-even traders and traders that want to go to the next level. Where is it?
Yeah, that's your best pod, bro.
Wherever it is, it's with ASFX. So
It's the in-person. Oh wait, you did 2 in-person ones. Yes, that's all you can do, man. Like you blew your account on Friday and now you go again. I mean, Nick said it best today. He said that it's difficult until it isn't, it's difficult until it's all working. So you just got to keep trying, bro. 3 feet from gold, man. That's it. We're all on our own individual journey, but every successful trader was once a unsuccessful trader. So it's all about just pushing through your failures to get to your success, right? Failure is a part of becoming successful, So it's just pushing through that tough times to get the gold.
I mean, we said it on Friday, right? If you're going to go and attempt to become a boxer, right, and you got punched in the face, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? Like, so
Right.
in boxing, in order to be great, you're going to have to get, punched in the face. It's inevitable, right? If you're going to be a great Major League Baseball player, right, and hit the ball really good, you're going to strike out a lot of times. You're going to step up to that plate a lot, right? And there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to go down swinging, but there's also going to be enough times to where you're going to hit the ball, you're going to get a base hit, double, put it in play, home run. Something's going to happen that's going to make you great, right? But that doesn't mean you're not going to strike out, right? Michael Jordan, right? How many game-winning shot attempts did he miss? I bet you more than any of you have ever even attempted, right? So losing is a part of winning, if that makes sense. The whole game will just mess your mind up, G. Like, everything you've been taught has been a complete lie. I don't know, man. It's just, to get in, you got to go out. To get out, you got to go in. To win, you got to lose. I mean, they didn't teach us this in school, right? So you got to rewire the brain. Rewire the brain.
Yeah, man. Setting up here.
Just waiting, just patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Patiently waiting for the money to be right in front of us so we can just go over there and grab it.
Failure is the bridge. Failure is the bridge. Ooh, back up we go on Goldie. 50 seconds left. We're playing around. The volume is playing here. We got volume. We got volume. Let me go to my leader account here.
Must be some bidding going on.
There's some bidding.
Damn, gold did all that in like 30 seconds. Looked like it was going to give us an inverted celery, flipped to bearish, broke the low, and then right back up.
Back up.
All in 30 seconds.
Now what happened in the next 30 seconds? Whoa.
Yo, who knows?
All right, so too strong of a closure for me to get in on the impulse. We have the idea on the 30 though, right? If we break the lows. So yeah, we got this second half of 930 coming up here. I'm probably gonna have a sell stop here. I mean, if we break those lows, right, on the 30-minute time frame at 9, why would we break the lows at 930, right? Especially if we never closed above the range here, unless we wanted to move down. So I think I'm gonna have a sell stop here. Yeah, sell stop, break of the lows. Stops will sit about 30, 35 pips. Yeah, it looks clean to me. Boom, boom, sell stop. Yeah, stop's gonna be back above the highs here. So this is an impulse entry. I'm gonna use 2 lots here instead of 4, and let's see if we can move down off this volume here. Yeah, there should be no reason for us to break these lows if we want to continue moving up, right? But if we break them with a candle that closed without a top wick below this zone here as well, right? With high volume coming in, wick down here to fill, right? If we break that low, then there's a very high chance we continue down. If we don't break it, then yeah, we could probably push up here. But the sell stops look good. We got volume, we got direction, we got the wick fill. And now it's just about will we get the break of the low.
I like it. It's like a fade.
It's like yeah, like a fade. Yeah, it's like a fade. Or what we could do is we can sit tight and wait on that candle to close, right? And then we see we go from there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. As of right now, I'm gonna have a sell stop. NQ bleeding. NQ. Oof, 930 is dangerous. Dangerous.
Snap, bro. Holy.
Just broke the highs, broke the lows, just disrespectful.
That's...
If gold 15 minute could break the high on the 15, the previous candle, that'd be clutch too. Oh, good, we did it. All right, bet. Yeah, we broke the high there. So
awesome.
Let's see what happens. If this trade, if we stay like this for another probably 5 minutes or so, then what we could do is we could delete it and then wait for the candle to close.
Yeah, agreed, bro.
So basically the trade's gonna look something like this. Entry here, stops above the highs, right? TP somewhere down here, something like that. I want to join the clubhouse. Are we going to live with you? Oh, live with you. Not you ain't gonna live with me. But yeah, go live with me for Asian London and pre-New York. Yes. Yes. Everyone who joins the clubhouse, come live with me. No. Hey, imagine
like fire.
Imagine someone's reading like the description of the clubhouse and they're like, wait, it says, come live with me. Come live with me for every session? What? Where's the next plane? Oh man, yeah. We go live.
My stuff's already packed. I
got a couple extra rooms. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. Free access.
Go for a ride on the Porsche too, and free access. Ask Aaron about that free access.
Hey, imagine Aaron took the Porsche that day too, and just like, yo, I mean, the keys were here. I mean, it's a car and the keys and it's got wheels. I mean, what's the difference between that and the other one?
$150 a month to live with Nick's too, bro. It's a fire deal. Aaron. Bring burgers and dogs too, because you got to grill.
We're grilling. All right, I'm going to wait for this candle to close now, guys. We'll wait for the candle to close. I like that we broke the highs on the 15, so we can kind of close up super weak here. We're gonna have to wait on the hour closure though.
This looks fire off the 15th resistance.
Yeah. Yeah, the only way I buy is, I already told you guys how I buy, right? You need a support and then take a buy. So I'm not just going to buy up here, right, when support is down here. So new support, we take buys, closure back below, sells look good. See Melly. He said, yo, this is what it feels like to drive a Benz and have some excess on the ride? Damn. Hey,
What's up, C-Melly?
Aaron got a full-blown experience, man. Aaron, that doesn't happen every day, just so you know. Yeah. Me and Aaron just like, we went out, we just met up with like 7, 8 other supercar drivers. We started ripping around Tampa. We had the drone following us. It was crazy that day.
Yeah, right, C-Melly? Yeah, man, we had some steaks and burgers last night on the grill. They were fire. Didn't miss.
Fire.
Nah, but for real, you get in the clubhouse, you're technically living with us, honestly.
Kinda.
Because we are doing this 24/7, technically.
I'll be hanging out with y'all more than I hang out with my kids.
Same, bro.
You got kids?
Sorry, I met my girl. I met my people, but the clubhouse is my people.
Hi. Yes.
Yes, bro. We're a TT family. Yup, exactly, Banty.
It should be under Nick.
This looks good. Setting up nicely for a nice fake out below 36 or 623. I think it is. Yeah, it's setting up nicely here below 63. Looking good for sells potentially. Yo, imagine, Christian. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing, Jason. Yeah, onion going back down is the vibe here for me. And Nick as well. Yeah, I would say going back down, if I were to target something, I would target like 33.58. That's support. Yeah, because we know that if price makes a low, then there's an 80% probability we'll retest that low only off of a resistance, right? So price has made a low. Now we need to wait for the resistance, and then that's the edge. Yeah. Build a little TT clubhouse in the backyard. Yo, that's a great idea. Maybe we will. Aaron, bro, what else did you take at Nick's? Nice, Cannon. Keeping one contract on the sell till that 5-minute. Cool. Yeah, I would re-add it if we get the onion. Re-add the other lot.
No, whatever I did on checkout is all I do. Thank you. Okay.
Just some coffee. There you go, Aaron.
Thank you so much. I really
Aaron, man, how's California, bro?
Okay. You
Deleted, waiting for the closure now. Nice, yes, smart. They're setting up here. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and then we'll have more information here. Well, starting to look good.
Bro, that was like the first time I ever got a call from the airlines
Really?
after like booking a trip. I never got a call like that.
Oh wow.
He said, "Do
Wonder
you want
what
to
they wanted.
update your tickets?" I said, "Yeah, put it on Johnny Gems' tab. Nobody knows nothing."
I just got the
And
note of.
NQ gone mad. What else is? let's look at the 30-minute candle though.
Bro, damn, bro.
Oh snap!
Chalked, bro.
I think NQ might be a prop firm's favorite pair. Like I could just imagine how many people blow their prop accounts trading NQ, especially at 9:30.
Right, dude? Holy. Does anyone here trade NQ at 9:30?
Some guy in the back's like, "I do. I've been
How's
doing
that
it
work?
for the last year.
Right?
I can't move a muscle." Nah, NQ's a
We tried
wild
that
beast.
once. I think we tried that once this year, and it didn't work out at all.
Hey, the scalping vibes are pretty dope though. Like, look at this 1 minute bam, right? Like after some of that nice little push down, and then
Gotta be aggressive scalper.
yeah, I think 1 minute ish lower time. You know, any lower time frames like that will probably work better. If you wait on the whole 30
false.
candle, it could get. Oh, look at Goldie. Goldie.
Oof.
Okay, let's see that 15-minute now. All right.
3 minutes.
Do. The airline scam? Yeah. I told him, hey, whatever I pressed on checkout, that's all I need, brother. Thanks for the call. Appreciate you, though. Trade NQ at 9:30 on YouTube. They go down in 15 seconds. The 15-second chart. That is insane. That's fast. Let's watch that real quick. Sheesh. All right, new candle coming up. Boom. Wow, like that could happen. That's crazy. Look, this candle's about to be closed now. You got to go through a whole trend just to get a bottom wick. Wow, Goldie, here we go. The issue with this 10 a.m. stuff now is the new 4-hour candle. You know what I mean? So we're definitely going to need a bit of a wick here. $15 seconds? Yeah, I'm sure every time frame probably works. Solid.
Looking good. You looking to use previous or current candle stops?
Previous.
Yeah.
What up, Rafi? Morning. Good morning. How you doing?
What's up, Rafi? Good
How
morning,
you
bro.
doing?
You know.
How you doing? Do I trade gold on other sessions? Yeah, I trade gold every session pretty much. All right, so here it is. 4-hour closure, 1-hour closure, 30-minute closure, everything's closing. So we're obviously going to need a bit of a wick here, lower wick and upper wick, right? Because a 1 hour could just fly up here. So we want to see a little bit of a lower wick. Unfortunately, that's going to break the lows. But once we break those lows, come back up for a steeper wick, then we can have a sell stop. If it drives right here, is whatever. Let me set up on Toro too. Toro. So, where's my little line here? Okay, cool. So now that we have a low on that 1 hour, let's see if we can move up a little bit, and then I'll have a sell stop right on the break of the highs there, or break of the lows. Yeah, that should be pretty clean. So I'm gonna have a sell stop here. Break of the, what happened here? Break. Oh, snap. I'm gonna have a sell stop. Let's see. Why did that happen?
What happened?
It like pushed my order down. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have a sell stop, break of the lows here. If we break those lows again, we should be good. Keep like 29. Yeah, like about 30 pip stops.
Using current candle?
Yeah, because if we use previous now, we're looking at like 55. Still ain't too bad. Yeah, maybe I'll go previous. Maybe previous. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, I like targeting like 59, 58.
Yeah, 58 looks pretty clean. Got a little bit of a later entry than I would have liked, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, that's what we got to do. So buy limit to right here. Cool. So that's my trade. I got a much better entry on Toro than I did here on this one here. How do you mark the 4 lines? Which ones? Like these limit orders or the zones? I'm going to close up on Toro because I'm up about 1,600, 1,800. Yeah, we'll close it right there. This one I'm going to let run a little bit because I got a little bit of a later entry there. So, yeah. 17 pips though. I think we're good to go break even here. And then, yeah, if you want to close some partials, close some partials. If not, you know, stay in. I'm going to stay in here, but if we can move down, that'd be great. My bad. I'm a little, my entry's late. I'm a little flabbergasted. Well, we're going to hold it though. We're going to go break even and hold it. The bars I drew, that was probably using Zoom. Yeah, I was probably using Zoom. Yeah. Yeah, I closed my trade on Toro, but I'm gonna leave this one open. We should be able to get down to support here, but we'll see. Got slipped bad, closed at 10. Okay. Yeah, we're running into that 5-minute chop there, so we might reject it. We might push through. We'll see. Let's go, Clubby. Let's go. Little 290. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Nice, nice.
All right, yeah, I'm break even here, but I did close on my other account, so we'll take that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, good trade. Good trade. If you guys are still in, you don't have to go break even now. I went break even. This could still continue to melt, but I had such a late entry on this account that I went break even. Very rare do you get a worse entry on a futures account. That's crazy.
Right.
Stop that break even. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Close full. Very nice. 250. We'll take it. We'll take it. Beautiful, beautiful. 1.2K. I got almost 1,500 after commissions on Toro. 1463.
Wow.
Yeah, I think if we got our original entry, we could have probably closed partials there, but
Bro, it just missed my partial line.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, good trade. On to the next. 1,200? Nice, dude. Nice. Nice, nice. OGH, what we got? 250. Very nice. Solid. But just like we drew it out, you know what I mean? Like this is exactly what we drew out, so that's the trade we took. Depending on the entry, you either closed partials or you held, but either way, plan turned out properly, just as we expected. Terrible trade. It looks like 100 of my other winning trades. What you mean? Just explain it to me. How is this a terrible trade? And then I can maybe either agree or disagree. Missed it? Nice. Nice shubs. Because I think you were talking about buys up here. Right? So those buys up there would be in 72 pips of trouble. How many pips did I manage to secure on the other account? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. 30. Yeah, 30. 30 pips. This is a trade that I take all the time. All the time. Downtrend, wait for pullback, closure below, top wick, entry. So this trade here has playbooks. Over 92 trades. That position has a 90% win rate. So it can't be that bad of a trade. Dun, 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 dun. Spread's huge. Huge on top one forex, yeah. $20 pips, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, we were expecting the wick fill, right? So we didn't really expect it to reject there. Right? Expect the downtrend to keep going, but we'll see. The only way I really take buys is if we actually close above like that. Then the buys would make sense to me, right? But yeah, that would make total sense. Yeah, it's a basic trade setup. Yeah, it's just basic, simple. Close full at okay, very nice, very nice. Yeah, it was a good trade with a bad entry. Yeah, I like that. That sounds much better. Yeah, good trade, bad entry. But we tried getting that. I don't know what happened. You guys seen on my my order. I had my order right here, right? And once it activated, it just like jumped down. I don't know why that did that. I think it was right here, actually. Somewhere around here. Yeah, I have no clue what. I think, you know what it was? I think maybe my finger wasn't off the mouse or something in the right time. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, well, we know that Top Step was like kind of, not Top Step, Project X was kind of quaking a little bit over the last like couple days. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. Future slippage. Yeah, my entry over here was money though, so that's why I was able to secure. Pretty much secured like right at the bottom there too. Today. If it continues to drop, can we re-enter? Let's see what a better entry would be. So that was the one that I wanted. The 1 hour candle's still open, obviously, but we closed below the range. So I guess you really want to see now either a 1 hour closure, so a potential bearish closure on the 1 hour that looks something like this, right? And then you may be able to sell back down into that resistance or support, I should say. Or you probably need to wait now for a new closure, right? So you either find new sells up here around 63, or you wait for sells below 55, or you just switch your bias and go long if you get this type of confirmation. Because now I'd be willing to go long, right? After we have officially came above the range, retested, closed above, and now I think this is where you get a push up into the, the top side. But as of right here, I wouldn't really buy, I wouldn't really sell. I mean, that was kind of the entry we were looking for. Do I care about risk to reward ratio? I care about the result of it, yeah. Like the end result of it in my trading, but for each individual trade, I don't care as much. Yeah, I'm still over like a 1R trader, like a almost like 1.5 maybe, almost. 7-11? 7-11? Yeah, we could still move down. We could certainly still move down. I think the 5-minute chop here is just kind of holding us up. Time to update the stream record to 6 screen days. Hey, yo. Hey, actually 7. 7. Let's go. Thank you. Someone finally told me to upgrade the record after a win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey. Oh, no, you're right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. My bad. I did not take Friday's trade on my live account. I would have. I just literally forgot. Yeah, so I guess I kind of lucked out there. But Friday, if we just took that base hit on the first trade, that pretty much would have been it. So base hits are like even more important than just bagging profits. It's like taking that base hit can get you green on the day and done for the day, right? Meanwhile, if you hit break even, or if you take a loss, sometimes you're encouraged to get back into the market. I mean, if I would have won that first trade, I wouldn't have taken the second one. Not that the second one wasn't good, but because I had already made my money, right? So I already got my base hit and I would have been done. So, those base hits, they play a bigger role than you would think.
Yes, they do, bro. You're right about that.
No, I'm not 1 to 5. I'm 1.5. If I was a 1 to 5 trader, I wouldn't be profitable. Ooh, he didn't just say that, did he? Oof. He did it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go Legrand. Everyone should get familiar with this right here. Lockout personal. Lockout. So like right now, if you won that trade, just lock out. Just come back for Asian session tomorrow. Connor the Great. So you the 6 base hits that you took, you probably could have managed sized up or down better, right? So you're taking everything on one contract. You could have either kept tighter stops, right? Or what you can do is you can start to learn about the conditions of the market, right? And that's probably your next step. And what you want to learn from me is, what are the conditions that allow you to size up? What are the conditions that allow you to size down? I talk about them in a lot of the Clubhouse webinars and stuff, but turn your ear to that type of stuff now when we're live together, whether it's here in the New York sesh, whether it's in the Clubhouse. Tune your ear into why I'm sizing up or down, so that way you can get familiar with different conditions that allow me to use those to my advantage, right? Because out of those like 6 trades, there may have been 3 of them where I sized up. There may have been 2 of them where I sized down, so I'd have to go through them all, but I very rarely keep the same lot size for every trade. I used to do that, and I used to have the same issue that you just have right there. Remember that, John? Like, I use the same contract size for everything, and then sometimes the results, like 3 losses, would take away, the majority of the wins. So right. That's when that's when I learned more about how to size up and down due to conditions, and each trade is unique, and those conditions got to be measured.
Thanks,
all right,
bro.
That would have been TP or at least partials right there.
Yeah, I'm out. What I've seen too from most traders is they'll take a good loss and then another good trade will show up and they size down on it. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to keep. Why would you size down on a good trade just because you took a loss on the last trade? That was a good trade as well, right? Of course, your losses are going to be bigger than your winners. You size down after a loss because you're scared. That the next trade is going to be a loss. You can't be attached to the outcomes, the past outcomes, the future outcomes. It's just like attached to the edge and executing the edge. But I do see like a lot of traders struggle with that as well, and that's another reason why your losses may be bigger than your wins.
The big thing too that we talked about in the webinar, we touched on it this morning as well, is really like, let's say you get into this trade, right? And let's just say you get stopped out. So, and in that trade, you were using 2 contracts, right? So now let's just say price pulls back, right? And then we get another chance to sell. So it's not a revenge trade. It's just another good opportunity, right? And you say, okay, cool, I'm going to get in this. But the issue with most, and I used to have this issue, and we talked about this earlier, is the fact is that, yeah, you're not going to get into a revenge trade, but you're going to revenge risk, meaning you should be taking 2 contracts, right? Let's just say in this condition or whatever, but you're going to go 4, right? When conditions say you should probably go 2. So this is where a lot of people take 3 steps back, right? They take 1 step forward, 3 steps back, is because in the next trade, yeah, it looks like a good opportunity, and it is, right? But the problem is you size up double, sometimes even triple. And again, this is something that I used to do all the time back then. And what happens is you lose that trade too. So now you just lost 1 trade at 2 contracts. You now lost another trade at 4 contracts. So you're basically 3 losses deep, right, at 2. So sometimes people will without revenge trading, they'll revenge risk on the next trade and then think, well, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I took 6 winners and then 2 losers popped me out of it. And it's like, yeah, because you could have stopped right here, right? Yet you did something like 4 or 6 on the next one because, I mean, God forbid you just got your loss back, right? I mean, you have to at least be profit after that trade, right? No, you really don't, right? You just got to take what the market's willing to give you there. So keep this in mind when you are taking a second trade after a loss. Make sure you're not sizing up just because you're trying to get that loss back. So most people, they take a trade to get the loss back, but here I think we're a little bit past that. So we're still looking for the next best trade, but in that next best trade, we're sizing up when maybe the condition is not telling us to do that. All right. So just 2 cents from me. But yeah, there we go. So the shorts are continuing down just as anticipated. You got the fake out here, you got the closure below, and we're making our way down now. Just like we drew it up.
Just like we drew it up, bro. That's it for me, bro. 2 trades deep.
Yep. So it's like, yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say.
That's literally a textbook right here, chat. It's literally a textbook setup right now.
Boom, 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 boom. And I was saying this earlier in pre-New York. Sometimes, like, it would be amazing if all of our trades went straight into profit, straight to TP. And look, a lot of them do that, but some of them you gotta wait. You know, you gotta be patient with them. So this is a prime example of that one. Just being patient. We never broke the highs, so original stops would have been pretty good here.
Yep.
Who's still holding? Anyone? Anyone?
I got out a couple minutes ago.
Nice. W. Did you get your loss back? Plus profit?
Pretty much. I'm down 100 still.
All right.
Or
Get it right
200,
back.
sorry. Still down 200, yeah. That's fine. I have an 80% win rate, 75, 80% win rate. Make it back on the next trade.
Yep. So now we're filling the wick just like we talked about.
Yo,
Yeah.
Chad, see those of us who were in pre-NY2, just run the edge, right? Don't be fearful in trading. Your edge should be the reason you're fearless. Any losses you do take, your edge can make it back for you. This is a great example of it today.
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful. So tomorrow we got big news coming. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, it's all gonna gear up here. All gonna start loading up. Bam, full TP tapped. Full TP tapped.
Beautiful.
Yeah, funny pips, because I'm a base hit trader. I'm a base hit trader, and the reason for such aggressiveness here is the 4 hour with like almost no wick. So that's what I was saying right before we got into that trade. As I was saying, look, it could be a little tough here with the 4 hour because we're gonna need a top wick, right? So this was the only top wick we got out of the 4 hour candle, and it just happened to be our entry candle's top wick, or you know, whatever. So that's where you get a little aggressive in this move here. And I just went break even. You know, I didn't. It's not like I closed the trade or anything like that. I just want to go break even because I know if we start rejecting here, we're most likely going to come up and break that 4 hour high, which is where my stop loss is, and start to make a steeper wick for the 4 hours. So if we weren't like right on the first 15 minutes of the 4 hour, it would have been a lot easier to hang on to that trade there. You know, I probably would have held to at least support, maybe even that wick fill. Down, down, baby. And please, guys, when I'm getting in these sells, you don't have to say the buys look amazing. You're confusing everyone here, right? So if the buys look amazing, then just take them. You know what I mean? Take them. But we know what we're doing here, gang, right? We don't need you to tell us something that we don't see. We already know what we're doing. We know what we're looking for. And it just confuses people in the chat, right? So if you guys can, if you're taking the opposite direction position as us, best of luck, but just, you know, keep it to yourself. Let us cook, man. Let us cook.
I'm not making cook, bro.
Peace, gang. All right, OGH. See you later, bro. See you later.
Is that OGH?
It's honestly for the chat. You're not gonna confuse me or shake me out of my plan. But when newer people in the chat see that, they're like, wait, what should I do? You know, what should I do here? So you should always take the advice from the guy you actually see, from the guy who you actually learn from, where you actually see the results, not the Discord member or anything like that. Just keep that in mind. Do you mind taking a quick look at NQ? Quick look. All right, quick look, and that's it. Quick look, gold moving up, NQ moving up. Quick move off, quick movement. No. Do you have any questions on NQ? Just closed. If we're gonna challenge one of you, the future is 50K. Wait, what? hold on. Just closed 40 on my 0. I'm not sure what that means. What was the risk to reward? Damn, that's good. I don't know.
The R on this trade was fire.
Yeah,
I
the
think it was like
RR
a
here was
plus
good.
R here. That's what I mean. Like, it's subjective. Like, it all depends on the stop loss and TP. Like, RR is irrelevant to price action. Some days we can have a positive RR. Some days we can have a negative RR. You know, you just gotta take what the markets are willing to give you each and every day by following your plan.
Yeah.
So don't focus too much on RRs. You know, although I know a lot of us want positive RRs, they will come, but we got to be cool with taking our base hits, taking what the markets are willing to give us, and really getting in that flow state of executing our edge, really.
He said, listen to the guy with the Porsche. Oh, man.
Yeah.
How much money you make this one? $60,000. You show me a check for $60,000, I'll quit my job right now. Oh, man. Can you explain why you took this trade again? Yes. So the idea here was price was moving down, right? We broke the 4-hour lows here. We had a straight push down. The 1-hour candle, as we started to pay attention, had closed here below the range, right? So I want to stay bearish. Anytime I'm in a, like we're breaking 4-hour lows now and, you know, starting to push down hard, it tells me that the trend is probably going to start to change, right? So we want to look for the continued move, right? Like John said, the trend is your friend. So we want to see, can we stay moving with this higher push? So we're looking for reasons to sell, right? So if we are going to take a buy, we want to see that this 1-hour candle here will close above the support to the left, in which it did not, right? So we're starting to get a sign now, right? 1 hour is failing to close above. 30-minute candle closed with no top wick, right? So we weren't going to take buys. We closed with no top wick, plus we closed below this range. So we started looking at this range now here, and we started saying, hey, look, if the candles could remain below, then we could potentially see a move down, right? We looked at that 15-minute candle here. So, right, the candle moved down, rejected here. We know that rejection wicks will later become a wick to fill. So we take our time here, right? We don't take these buys because what we're looking for is sells, right? We're not bullish. We're just not bullish yet. So we want to see, can we get a resistance here, right? If we can, then we take a sell to move down to fill the wick. Did we get the resistance? No, we didn't. We kept pushing up, right? Okay. Can we get a resistance here, right? Now that we're back up at 33.63, can this green candle close below and give us some sort of a candle that looks something like this now, right? Like a rejection to the top side. Did we do that? We did not, right? So we got to be patient. Now we're looking at this candle and we're saying, hey, look, if this candle here can break its own low, aka the 30-minute low right here, then we could possibly get in for an impulse sell to move down. But the candle never really broke the lows, right? We deleted the sell stop, but then we got the actual candle to close. So once you get an actual candle to closure, now you're saying, okay, cool. Here comes this is my ticket, right? This is my ride. This is the confirmation that I'm looking for. So at that point, we need to wait for this wick. Now here's where it gets a little tough. And if you go back to the stream, you'll hear me say that once the candle closes, that now we're going to need a new 4-hour candle here, right? So what's the chances that we only make a little, what was this? 12 pip top wick and then keep driving down? They're very slim. So that's why, like, getting into this position, you want to get aggressive on these exits, all right, the wick fill or the support here, because you just never know if that 4-hour candle can come popping back up. So yeah, that was the trade. 15-minute fake out. Candle made a top wick. We're moving in the downward direction. We got everything we were looking for. 30 had no top wick. 1 hour closed below. 15-minute does a fake out, and then that's our trade. Right? We had what did we have here? We had higher time frame direction. Right? Time frame direction. We had playbook setup, onion play, playbook setup. Right? We had clean traffic to the left, right? So in this move down, we had nice clean range here to the left, and we have volume, right? So if we have all that coming into play, we've got to execute. And that's what we did. And that was enough to either make us some money today or get a good, healthy break-even trade.
Well said, bro. My man's giving you all the sauce right now. Yeah, man, we had it all
And
there.
that's the trade. That's it. There's no new trade here now. All right, we got a big rejection to the downside. There's no bullish ideas just yet, and that's it. That's how we get our bag and get moving. There you go. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we hightail it out of here? I think we can probably call it a day. Money's been made. Trade's been taken. Knowledge has been dropped. Philosophy has been given. What else can we do?
Yes, sir. Hey, and yo, I took a loss today with the same edge, like with the same conditions in the markets. I executed with those same conditions and took a loss. And it doesn't matter because I executed and I took a win and made the loss back, right? So just another sign, like just want to show you guys today, like just continue to execute those edges when the conditions are there. And you're gonna, win and lose, but you'll ultimately be winning more than losing, and you'll make your losses back.
Yes. Yes, Dan, I do enjoy long walks and sunsets on the beach. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's just trade again for no reason and lose money. That sounds like a perfect plan. How much better the trade on Torah? 5 pips? Yeah, I don't even know. Probably. I got closer to an entry like right here. I wish it showed you like your exact entry like MT5.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. Not too many people make 1,500 a day, so I'm more than grateful for that, and I will easily walk away with that. Let's see. You're welcome, Nigel. You're welcome. One thing we could do is thank God for these profits on a Monday. Yes, praise God. Praise God. Let's get it.
Amen.
Usually Mondays aren't the best, so any green is good for me. Yes, sir. Green is green. Green is green. Okay, I'll be back for Asia's session. What will you be looking out for Asian? I don't know. We gotta let's let this daily candle close up here. If we do end up closing bearish right below the range, then there's a high chance that maybe Asian session will give us a bit of a top wick tonight. So we could maybe look for the longs, and then come London and New York, maybe we could start to head back down. Yeah. But we'll see about Asian when we get to Asian. We'll be live in Asian tonight like we are every night in the clubhouse. So if you guys aren't in the clubhouse yet, feel free to join timedtrading.com. Let's lock it in and let's get to work. A lot of family victories, a lot of traders stepping it up, and it's a beautiful thing to see. My live capital is $50,000. $50,819.54 to be exact. Started with 30K.
On to Asian, bro. Let's get it. We lit.
Yeah.
Asian will get more pips.
Yes, 1,400 daily profit for today. Yep. Plus like 500 from Asian last night. So about $2,000 today. $2,000 a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. Yes, we did the giveaways. Oh. Last thing, man. When we do these giveaways, please do not spam comment. You will never, ever, ever win that way. Ever. So it just pisses me. No, it just makes me slightly upset in the slightest manner, and I have to get back to my positivity. Otherwise, I just block you from my whole Instagram. So moving forward, let's not spam the Instagram comment section. I would really appreciate that. You'll never win that way. I promise. How to not win the giveaway? Spam in the comment section. All right? All right, man. Love y'all. Johnny Gems, appreciate you coming by as always, my friend. Mod Squad.
I appreciate you, bro.
Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great day. Chat, great trade here today. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something away from today's live stream. And we'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the New York session. And until then, enjoy the day, my friends. Much love and blessings to you and your family. Don't over risk. Don't overtrade. I'm out of here.
Check,
Peace,
check.
cheese.
Nick, peace
Check,
out.
check.
God bless
Later,
you.
Johnny Gems.
Yeah.
Be happy, man.
I'm so happy I'm alive.
I'm out.
Today.
Later, y'all.
I'm so
Blessings.
happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Hey, wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, then I'm gone. Go outside and put my bare feet on the lawn. I used to be sour, now I'm sweet, Cinnabon. Way you judging me, you judge yourself. Ooh, that's wrong. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Enough today. And if God made you enough, don't settle for lesser. If you're feeling stuck, don't forget you are his best work. Better than the trees and the birds in the sky. He said that he loves you and he can never lie. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today. Cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Enough today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
God gave me the keys, so I'm logging in. Had to get off TikTok, watch how I be clocking in. Got the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover Deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get up my excuses on a diss track. I be walking where the truth is, ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop. Drop, just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see. Cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more over, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get up high is if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around and see how hard they drop. Okay, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits, huh? Yeah, I put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. but really he's a dog standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go gorilla beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.D. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that ain't how you start, it's how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits.